We begin with reaction to the new housing schemes announced in Parliament yesterday. The Deputy Chair of the Government Parliamentary Committee for National Development, Mr. Liang Eng Hwa, says it's probably time for HDB to go back to the drawing board and examine the issue of affordability. He and a property analyst we spoke to are waiting for more details of the schemes.
More help for first-time married couples and singles to meet their housing needs. These are just some of the measures announced by National Development Minister Khaw Boon Wan in Parliament. Mr. Liang Eng Hwa says that the measures take into account the feedback given to the government by MPs.
We see actions being taken. I think that's important, and with the Minister Khaw, he has been he has been listening and has been also discussing with many of our MPs. There will be some safeguards, there will be some rules to go by, but I think by and large we should be accommodative to help, especially the singles, to get some of the flats.
It serves their needs, but then there will be some who will be asking, why not three-room flats, you see? Because for currently, most of the singles that buy flats in the resale market, they are buying the three-room flat type. So they are pretty used to the sizing. And actually, by just allowing them to buy two-room flats, you're actually like capping the size of the flats that they are used to.
Both, however, agree that it's time to go back to the basics of quality housing at affordable prices.
As we see property prices at this kind of levels, and the economic growth that we will see in the next 2 decades, where it's likely to be slower, and coupled with the demographic changes, for example, aging populations, the low fertility rates, more singlehood, and I think that all this does impact public housing going forward, and including how whether it will be appreciating assets. We should look at how we can continue to price of flat so that it's affordable to Singaporeans, especially the first-time home buyers. Maybe come up with different proposed packages or schemes so that low-income groups are able to buy a flat and to raise their families.
The idea is not to bring down the property market prices. The idea is to keep housing affordable. I think it's perhaps to monitor the response of the market and make necessary tweaks to the system.
Also described as timely, the plan to impose a quota on non-citizens renting HDB flats and rooms to prevent the formation of foreigner enclaves. Both men said the numbers are becoming more visible in some estates, causing some unease and discomfort to the residents.
And those who might benefit from the changes may not be in a rush to do so either. It all depends on their individual circumstances.
When Yoko Lee divorced in 2010, he was barred from buying a flat until 5 years later. Mr. Lee and his 12-year-old daughter had little choice but to find other housing options. They stayed with relatives and now live in a rental one-room flat. With the revised policy, the 30-year-old salesman will now be able to buy a built-to-order flat faster and move on with life.
My reason for me to get a new BTO flat actually is because for my daughter's sake. Basically, she always wanted her own room. So, and actually, if she gets her own room, she has a better living environment. That's always been her dream as well.
The changes in housing policy announced in Parliament had something for everyone. Married couples without children applying for a flat for the first time will receive more help. The Parenthood Provisional Housing Scheme has been extended to this group. They will be able to rent a flat while waiting for their homes to be completed.
For young couples, one of the things that's preventing us from having kids is the lack of our own place. Given the option to rent a place apart from our parents' home is a good option. The primary reason why we want to move out our parents is not just only for independence, but actually more for intimacy, to really live with one another without complications of family habit. It is important for just the two of us to live together for a period of time right after they are married.
However, not all may be excited about the new changes. Property analysts say young families whose flats are near completion will not have any incentive to start renting a flat.
every house that you start to rent unfurnished, you have to spend money, time, effort, and to make it a home for the next 1-2 years, and that's going to cost you. And thereafter, when you receive the keys to your BTO flats, you still have got a cost of renovation and all other things. So it would not be wise for people to just take advantage just because it is extended and spend your money in a temporary home where all these savings should be reserved for an eventual dream home, which is of a long term.
HDB says if demand exceeds supply, priority must be given to those with children. More details will be released next month.